Okay, Mr. J.D. Horn in Guntown, Mississippi. It is Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut lenses for your Ray-Ban 5228 color 2012 in the 50 eye size. I'm going to take it out of its original packaging that Ray-Ban sends it to me in. Pull the frame out. You've got your Ray-Ban cleaning cloth on the inside. They send it to me with a little plastic sleeve on the temple. And of course, since this is the third pair you've gotten from me, you know that I like to take an extra one and put it on the right side too. I do that much more than Ray-Ban when I ship the glasses. First thing I'm going to do is pop out. This is a really nice Tortoise. Hopefully you can see that if I hold it up to the light. But I'm going to pop out the original lenses that Ray-Ban sends. I'm going to send those to you. Pop these into your Italian frame, into my Italian Santinelli LE1000 Edger, Italian design, I'm sorry. 90% of all Ray-Ban sunglasses are made in Italy. 90% of all the ophthalmic, meaning it's designed to have prescriptions put in there, are made in China. Probably right next door from where your iPod is made, your cell phone, your microwave, your toaster, your refrigerator, your pacemaker. Let's see, your computer. What else are they making over there? Just about everything. Anything that's going to save your life. So I pull up the shape of your lens onto, these were prescription, I would put your pupillary distance in, but instead I'm going to make it match the frame. I'm cutting a polycarbonate lens for a plastic frame and doing it on the soft cycle. These are your lenses. I'm going to take them out of the protective case that it comes to me in. I need to put a block on it to hold it in place while it's cutting in the lathe. So I have a double-sided little adhesive sticker. The black side is the sticky side, as you can see, as it's stuck to my finger. Put that one on one. Pull the back side off where it's sticky. Put that on the front of your lens. Put the second one on there. Now we can do the left lens. Of course, if this were prescription, I would actually put it in the blocker and do all this manually to line up your optical centers. But it is not. In fact, I can do a little bit better job of putting that on straighter. I can do a little bit better job of even having the sticker on better. So let me line that up better. Put that back on better. Now pop this in and hit start. The first thing that's going to happen is this is going to come down and trace the shape of your 5228 size 50 color Tortoise, although the edger doesn't know what color frame it's cutting for, just the size and the shape. So it is tracing the concave side of your lens first, which is closest to your eyelashes. And then it's going to trace the convex side. The actual cutting wheel, there's three wheels in here. This one on the left, the lighter color, is like a heavy grit sandpaper, which is going to grind away most of your polycarbonate material. This wheel in the center with the little channel is what's going to put the bevel onto the lens. Now this will get loud and I'll have to close the door, but for now I just want you to see your lens strike the cutting wheel. It is going a little slower. I cut this on the soft cycle, so there's not a lot of torque being applied to the lens while it cuts. Now the lenses I'm sending you are unbreakable, well, virtually unbreakable. They are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection. We all know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, causing a burn, hopefully a tan, but sometimes a burn. Your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so this will be permanent sunscreen for your eyes. In your Ray-Ban 5228, size 50, color 2012. It's a 50 millimeter eye, a 17 millimeter bridge, 50 millimeter to there, 17 millimeter from the inside of this bevel to the inside of that bevel, and it's 140 millimeters to fit behind your ear, starting at this screw. This frame does have spring hinges, which is great because if you take your glasses off with one hand, you put torque on that side and the frame keeps its shape very well. Where'd my tea go? Where'd my tea go? Gotta go back to my Earl Grey. I am working late. It is now 8:11 on Wednesday, March 5th. 44 degrees in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina, at least according to my Samsung Gear watch. Hopefully the weather's nice in Guntown, Mississippi, at least a little bit warmer than here. I could be wrong. I'm just hoping for your sake it is warmer. It gets down to about 22 at night now. We got a couple inches of snow the other day. That was fun. Now the lens is pretty much done. If you can see, it's still flat around the edges, so now it's actually putting the bevel onto the lens. It moves over and it's on the second cutting wheel. You see water running in the background. Polycarbonate cuts dry. In just a moment, water will kick in to wash away any optical debris, which is fancy term for sawdust. If you want one fancier word, it's called schwarf. S-C-H-W-A-R-F, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Someone's going to go back and Google how to type it. Hit the spell check. I am going to close the door so my $30,000 piece of electronics will not get wet. I called Santinelli, the Italian manufacturer, and told them, why don't you make one where you can do it with the door open? They told me, forget about it. You know, for $30,000, you know, I have to keep the door closed. Maybe for $100,000, I can keep this door open. So the lenses you are getting, not only are they polycarbonate, it's an aspheric lens, meaning that it has a flatter curve. Spherical lenses are heavily curved, like a pitcher's mound. Gives you that fishbowl effect, which is junk. I do not send any junk out. Now, the lens, let me dry this off, still has a little bit of rough edges, so I'm going to use my handstone, which is completely flat, just works on friction. I'm going to go around and put a safety bevel, as it's known, on your lens. You can see this little white powdery substance. I'm going to use my V-shaped bevel. I've worn a V-shaped bevel into my thumbnail from doing this all day. My friends call it my occupational thumbnail. I wipe that onto the counter and then onto the floor. The thing I love to repeat in every video, kids, I went to school for years to learn how to wipe stuff on the floor. Don't think you can do this on day one. Okay, to test to make sure your lenses fit, I tuck it in at the outside corner and then push down at the nose. Snaps in perfectly. Let's go ahead and cut the left lens. Flip it over to the left and hit start. Now, one of the things that I do, well, I'll let you, some people like to watch this while it's going in the background. I can use heat. Let me take this block off that's not needed anymore. I can use heat. Well, I have a heated glass bead pan here that essentially, if I were to put it in there, it softens up the plastic and makes it a little bit more pliable, so the lens will pop in there. I don't like doing that. I like doing what's known as the cold mount. I do not want the lens, the frame, to have to stretch to accommodate the lens. I double check everything by popping that lens out. In fact, it did give a little bit more give than I would like. So I'm going to go back over to my handstone and just take a little bit off the lens, going all the way around. Dry off any of that debris, and let me try popping it back in again. I start at the outside corner closest to me, and then using my thumbs, press down, it goes in well. I test it again by using my thumb. I turn the frame downward. I grab the frame with my left hand because I'm right-handed, using my right thumb, and you can torque the frame. You're not going to hurt the frame by doing this. I use my thumb to press out. I still want to do a little bit more. The reason I do this, years from now, if you ever want prescription lenses, you can order just the lenses from me. You don't need to buy another frame. Or if you want sunglass lenses, you can pop these out. It gives you the geek chic look when you want to wear these with clear lenses. And then I can cut sunglass lenses, either tinted or polarized. I have tinted lenses in 3 colors. The classic Ray-Ban G15. This is the black rubber frame with the G15 lenses in them. I can do a brown tint to match your brown frame, or I can do a gray lens, a solid gray lens. Now in polarized, I have 6 colors, gray, brown, and the classic G15 you just saw, but I can do a rose brown, a blue polarized lens, and what's known as shooter's yellow. It's the bright yellow polarized lens. Some people like it for driving at night or on snow. If you're ever around snow, order some of the yellow lenses from me. You'll love them. They are polarized, which means they block that much more glare. It's what else? I actually do some mirror coated polarized lenses. I have a blue mirror lens as well as a silver mirrored polarized lens. Now the base color is gray, but then they have a blue mirror coating or a silver mirror coating depending on what you want. Tinted lenses sell for $39, polarized lenses about $49, the mirror coated lenses about $69. So it is done cutting and now putting the bevel onto the lens. You never have to worry about these lenses breaking, popping them in and out. The only thing I would suggest that you do is do it while the frame is at room temperature. Just being wintertime, people who live up north, I sell a lot to Canada and Norway. I'm big in Norway. But then again, who isn't really? I don't really have to pat myself on the shoulder for that. But just make sure your frame is room temperature. I'm just concerned about cold, brittle plastic and freezing temperature. That's the only time you will ever have a problem with your frame. Let's see, 8:17. I've still got a couple more pair of glasses to cut tonight and film. This ought to be finishing up very shortly. So let me take that out. I'm going to dry this off again. Put the safety bevel onto the lens so there are no rough or sharp edges when it gets mounted into your frame. Wipe that onto the floor. Kids, don't try it at home. Actually, kids, go ahead, try it at home. You'll find you just don't wipe stuff on the floor as good at me. Don't hate, don't be jealous. I'm just a pro. All right, so I'm going to start at the outside corner using my thumbs. Tuck that in. In fact, it does not fit. Just to speed things up, I'm going to go old school and do it on the handstone again. Take that sticker off. And I'm going to go around your lens one more time, just to bring it down to size. And see if this fits. Tuck it in at the outside corner. Press at the nose. Perfect. Clean everything up. And one more thing I want to do before shipping. I'm going to make sure the frame is in standard alignment, meaning that it does a 3-point stance on the table. 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame makes 3. I put it on the counter. I push on each side to make sure there is no wobble. I flip it over. I do the same thing. I close each hinge to make sure it lines up perfectly, and then there's the same amount of torque on each hinge. I'm going to clean everything off, and I'm also going to include instructions on how to care for your Ray-Ban case and Ray-Ban cleaning cloth so it lasts you for years. And of course, I'm going to throw in an extra cleaning cloth. Wipe down the frame so there are no more fingerprints. Put the little plastic sleeves on here to get it ready for shipping. And Mr. J.D. Horn in Guntown, Mississippi, I hope you've enjoyed watching your Ray-Ban 5228 color 2012 50 eye size, having your unbreakable polycarbonate lenses being cut. If anyone has any questions, email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. I can put any prescription into any frame. And this is just one of the many, many, many ways I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.